Greetings! I'm Tantus Naravan Dracovin, Lord and Emperor of the Dracovin Empire, and welcome! It's time to continue our anime from spring 2016 review and then BESM interpretation. And this part here, we're interpreting these worlds into our BESM games. So let's begin. Kabaneri. Well, in Kabaneri, you have two choices. You can either have your characters be human warriors who are trained to fight the Kabaneri, or Kabaneri themselves. I'd recommend 200 points if you're going to go for warriors, or 300 if you're going for Kabaneri. Now the thing is, after you've decided this, I would recommend that you take one of two routes. The easiest and most interesting route would be to put them on some kind of train. I would do it that they're either on some kind of trade, maybe they attack Kabaneri, maybe they help defend certain places, they act as a group of elites that go to places and takes care of things. I would also think you could also have them put at a station and come up with a storyline at that station that they maybe have problems keeping it secure and have to worry about the Kabaneri invading here and there, or like other forces coming in and invading them. That would probably be a little more short term. The train-based adventure could move them around and I think would be a little better. And it's up to you if you want to make them like they just guard supplies, or if they're elite fighting force, or if they've got some other kind of mission that you think would fit within this world. Again, you could mimic the anime pretty well. You could put them sort of on the train, put them with the group from the anime. That's always an option. But I think, you know, with the way that the world is built, it lends itself to making up your original own story very well. So next after that is Flying Witch. Now for Flying Witch, I recommend 250 points. You're going to want your characters to be witches in training, just like Makoto is. You basically want them to have all come to this area, wherever you want. You can set it in Japan. You could probably set it in another area of the world if you really think you want to. You can just use the essence that is this series. What it basically is modern day witches in a sort of like living setting, that they're trying to learn to be better witches while living in modern society. They're not trying to stand out. They're not doing anything different. So that's what you're going to have your characters build. You're going to choose a location for them to sort of be assigned for their training, and you're going to have them go through this daily life, but also be like learning spells, using some of their magic, encountering sort of creatures like ghosts and spirits that they do encounter in the series a little bit. They don't like hit you over the head. They see these little things here and there, and that's what you're going to deal with. You're going to deal with this magical aspect to a world that seems normal. And that's what you're going to build in. It's like you're going to have a lot of normal people. Most of the NPCs are going to be normal. The adventure is going to be more in exploring and discovering. This isn't like an attack protagonist kind of one. It is going to be more slice of lifey. And you can do slice of life BESM games. It's just you have to plan on them being that way, that they're going to be a more normal adventure. And the last one is Twin Star Exorcists. For this one, I would grant yourself 350 to 400 points for the character creation. Give that to your players. What you should really do is you should stick to them being elite trainee exorcists, so that you mimic the Twin Star Exorcists. Your characters themselves are going to be different characters in the same world, but they're going to have to take up this sort of similar role as they're the elites among all the people, but they're still also to a good degree in training. They're not as powerful as the top tier people in this world. They're strong, and they're strong than maybe your average exorcist is, but they just don't have that power level yet, and they could get more powerful. And you're going to be doing with Kagane, dealing with those. That's going to be the main sort of crux of the adventure, is you're going to have to like balance their own normal lives, whether you make them students or make them just people staying in like one of the exorcist dorms, something like that, or even like college students if you don't want to go like high school. You can go any kind of age category for the characters, up to you. But you think of them as elites regardless, that they have this amount of power, but they can still be overwhelmed. It's more like numbers or very powerful ones which are tricky, things like that. And again, you could come up with some storylines based along the anime, like any of these. You can base stuff on the anime as much as you want. Or you could come up with your own sort of story based on it, that there maybe is some kind of threat dealing with the Kagane that's making them more powerful, or drawing them to an area, or someone's controlling them, something like that, or for some reason they're leaking into the real world. Things that are very terrible that your sort of group of exorcists can deal with, that they can learn what's going on, an overarching plot. Wouldn't be bad to have. So that's all 3 animes I wanted to talk about today. I gave you some base information. told you a little bit about how to help your players make characters in these worlds. If you have any questions or comments or anything you want to say, leave in the comments below. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. It's a way of showing your support. Another way to show support is to subscribe. We're always looking for more members of the Empire. Please share this video if you find someone that could learn something from this or would enjoy it. And until the next time, I bid you farewell.